Now on Fast Track News, we have some tips on how you can stay safe during the cold temperatures.
Plus, Purdue-led research reveals new evidence that Mars may have been a rain-soaked wetland millions of years ago.
And what entertainment you can enjoy around campus to wind down before finals week. We'll tell you more about the Purdue Christmas Show and the Purdue Contemporary Dance Company. All your campus news, weather, and sports is straight ahead. Fast Track is back.
Happy Friday, Boilermakers. I'm Ellie Jones.
And I'm Jared White. It's December 5th. Here's a look at your campus news for the week. First, snow, ice, and freezing winds are making it tougher for students to get around campus, and Purdue is reminding everyone to take a few extra precautions when heading to class.
As you may have experienced the icy sidewalks already, students are being urged to slow down and stay alert on these sidewalks as icy conditions develop across campus. Facility crews have been out salting sidewalks and busy walkways, but officials say black ice can still form quickly, even after treatment. As a result, Purdue has released some new winter walking safety tips this week, highlighting simple ways to avoid slip and fall accidents. The tips include wearing shoes with good traction, planning your route ahead of time, and watching out for wet, slippery floors once you get indoors. And that's right, those safety reminders don't end outside. University officials say winter weather can create safety issues inside as well. Residential Life is reminding students to keep windows fully closed, avoid blocking heaters, and to not use unapproved heating devices, which can create fire hazards or cause temperature issues within the building.
I feel like your room is getting too cold. Just file a maintenance request and that will be able to warm your room up without having to have a space heater or a candle or anything else trying to warm up your room that could be dangerous and flammable.
Health services say they typically see an increase in frostbite and slip-related injuries during the first major cold wave of the season. They're urging students to bundle up with hats, gloves, and plenty of layers, especially during early morning and late evening commutes when conditions are at their worst. For more winter safety tips and real-time weather alerts, students can check the Purdue mobile app or the university's emergency notification system.
While we're on the topic, let's take a look at the weather for this week.
Yeah, meteorologist Kyler Casbin is here with a first look at the forecast.
Good afternoon, Boilermakers. Hope you're staying warm as it has been pretty cold outside. We're going to take a look at your weather for today. Our high is 26 with a low of 11. Going to be mostly cloudy, so you're going to get a little bit of some sun. I would say right now, if you can get out there, I would do that because it's going to be few and far between here coming up in the coming week. Taking a look at the day outlook this morning, 12 a.m., it was 14 degrees, partly cloudy. That's kind of our theme. Same thing with 6 a.m. Right now, as you're watching this, it is partly cloudy. Our high, we have reached at 26. Like I said, if you want some sun, I would get outside and do it right now. Looking later into the night, if you have any evening plans for the weekend, going to be partly cloudy around 6 p.m. It's going to be 18 degrees. And then looking even later into the night, it's going to be 15 degrees, partly cloudy.
On December 1st, Adrian Brose, a Purdue postdoctoral research associate, published new findings that suggest the desert planet Mars may have been a rainy wetland millions of years ago. This is just some of the latest evidence that areas of Mars may have once supported wet oases with humid climates and heavy rainfall comparable to tropical climates of Earth. Adrian Brose is a long-term planner on NASA's Mars Perseverance rover mission and professor of planetary science here at Purdue. The rocks discovered by NASA's Perseverance Mars rover are white aluminum rock kaolinite clay, which forms on Earth after rocks and sediment are leached of all other minerals by millions of years of a wet and rainy climate.
And a Purdue student was honored by Purdue this week for saving lives. Purdue President Mung Chang presented Kellen Busseri with One Brick Higher Award on Monday. This award is given for those who go beyond the requirements of their role and improve the lives of those around them. Busseri is a senior studying biomedical health services. She was honored for saving the lives of two people in separate instances. Both times, she stepped in as a bystander and performed life-saving care before emergency medical services arrived. She administered CPR and restored the pulses of the two people who were unresponsive when she happened to be nearby.
The countdown to the holiday season has begun, and Purdue is no stranger to the festivities. These decorations mark the beginning of the Purdue Memorial Union's countdown to Christmas and their 24 days of features. Decorations have been arriving all over campus, including the PMU tree, which was lit earlier this week. But don't worry, they still have plenty of activities planned in the coming weeks. Just this weekend, you can attend a showing of the Polar Express, have breakfast with Santa, or a Hogwarts dinner. Follow the QR code on the screen or visit union.purdue.edu to find a full list of the events.
Up next, Purdue musical organizations kick off the season with festive performances in their annual Christmas show.
And still to come, when is the right time to start playing holiday music? We'll be right back.
I love youth choir because it's what gave me a home on campus. I didn't know anyone, but nowhere made me feel as welcomed and loved as the moment I walked into this room and stood on those risers.
What is Purdue Night Train?
Purdue Night Train is a social dance club here on campus where we offer lessons and host social dances primarily with swing dancing, but we also do line dances and blues. Lindy Hop is a type of swing dance that we specialize in particularly, and it is a dance that originated in the late 1920s and early 1930s. It is a Black American dance that has its origins in Harlem, New York, and it's primarily danced to jazz music. You don't need a partner, you don't need any experience. We just ask that people come to meet people, have fun, and dance.
Welcome back, Boilers. Here's a look at some more campus news.
The Purdue musical organizations are here to bring the holiday cheer with their annual Christmas show. Reporter Shri Balasubramanian has the story.
'Tis the season for festive fun as the Purdue musical organizations gear up for their 92nd annual Christmas show this weekend. Comprised of an all-student cast, the Purdue Christmas show aims to share the holiday spirit with a campus tradition unlike any other.
The whole mission is just to promote Christmas spirit through the sound of music, and I thought we'd do a pretty good job of that.
Beginning in 1933, the Purdue Christmas show was performed to a crowd of a couple hundred people at Fowler Hall, a highlight of an otherwise tumultuous time for the country as a result of the Great Depression. Now the show is home at Elliott Hall, where audiences travel from all across the country to attend.
My favorite part about the show is probably just getting to know all the new people and new ensembles. We don't really get to talk to, I guess, people from different ensembles because we have our set rehearsals each week, but just kind of getting to build new connections with more people in PML.
The Christmas show contains 90 minutes of musical performances from various choirs in the organization, a demonstration of Boilermaker talent.
Make it if you can. There's a lot of talent and it's a lot of great music and it's a lot of fun.
The 92nd Annual Purdue Christmas Show will be held on December 6th and December 7th. Saturday's performances will start at 12 p.m. and 4 p.m., while Sundays begins at 2. You can purchase your tickets at am.ticketmaster.com/Purdue or call 765-494-3933. Reporting for Fast Track News, I'm Shri Balasubramanian.
And if you're still looking for some more entertainment before finals week arrives, the Purdue Contemporary Dance Company has you covered. There will be performances Friday the 12th at 7:30 p.m. and 2 on Saturday the 13th at 2:30 and 7:30 p.m. The concert features 2 works from faculty from the Department of Theater and Dance, an alumni choreographer, and 4 student choreographers. More information on tickets can be found through the QR code on your screen or through the Purdue online box office.
All right, coming up next, we are going to look at our weekend outlook. We'll have more on that coming up.
We are Phi Gamma Nu Purdue. Our 3 pillars are professionalism, philanthropy, and social.
My favorite part about PGN is definitely all the ways I've been able to grow professionally, where it's through networking events, philanthropy events, resume reviews, etc.
My favorite thing about PGN is definitely the sense of community here. Everyone is so welcoming, and it truly makes me feel important.
My name is Mickey Reese, and I am Hammered Threads. Hammered Threads and Boiler Vintage started roughly 5 years ago. My brother runs Boiler Vintage, so it's kind of a family thing. I think people enjoy seeing graphics or pieces that are no longer made or they haven't seen before. It's really what it's about. Hammered Threads brings style to Purdue.
All right, Boilermakers, looking at your weather for this weekend. If you have any plans, as you can see, the basketball game right here. Big game against number 10 Iowa State. So if you're going out to Mackey, be sure to bundle up. Going to be pretty cold. We already talked about today, our high is 26, our low is 11. Like I said, if you're going to that basketball game, be sure to bundle up. You're waiting outside of Mackey. High is going to be 31, the low is 15. And then rounding out our weekend, we're going to have the same high on Sunday, 31, but the low is 8. Taking a look at Futurecast, we have a high-pressure system around here, mostly in Ohio, down in West Virginia and into Kentucky, a little bit in southern Indiana. We may get nipped by it, but it's not really going to do much. So if you have any family down here, be sure to be checking up on them. And so, yeah, no concerns for me as I see it's all going to be hanging down here right in this region.
Just ahead, recaps from the past 2 weeks of Purdue sports, including a dominant start for men's basketball.
Plus, exclusive footage from the football and volleyball regular season finales. I'm Colin Greeling.
And I'm Zoe Cuneo. Don't go away. Sports is next. This past Thanksgiving week, the women's basketball team has kept themselves busy. Purdue faced Miami, Ohio on November 23rd, running away with a 79-68 victory. Madison Layden-Zay led the team with 21 points, while Taylor Feldman added 16 points and 7 assists. On November 26th, Purdue dominated Howard, winning by 30 points. The Boilermakers had 5 players scoring double figures, with Tara Day and Lana McCarthy owning the boards, Day pulling down 13 and McCarthy grabbing 15. On November 30th, Purdue fell in a close road matchup against Central Michigan, 55-57. Most recently, on December 3rd, the Boilers bounced back with a commanding 91-49 win over Evansville. Kiki Smith led the team with 16 points. Tara Day delivered a well-rounded performance with 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Purdue now sits at 5-3 overall and remains undefeated at home with a 5-0 record in Mackey. The Boilermakers' next opponent is number 6 ranked Michigan in Ann Arbor on December 7th. Good luck, ladies.
Over the last 3 games, Purdue basketball has gone 3-0 with 3 dominant wins, one of them being over top 15 opponent Texas Tech in the Bahamas. On November 21st, the Boilers faced the Red Raiders in a dominant victory, led by a huge game from first-year Boilermaker Oscar Clough. Purdue held Texas Tech to just 56 points, beating them 86-56. Clough had 15 rebounds and 15 points, while 5 others had 10-plus point games. The following week, on the 28th, Purdue faced Eastern Illinois, defeating them 109-62. Daniel Jacobson led the Boilers in a breakout performance after being out for the year all season last year. He scored 24 points while grabbing 9 rebounds.
Everyone has a little bit of a grace period, whether that's a week, 2 weeks, a month, where they're not, quite sure of themselves when you have a major injury like that. So, just being positive with him more than anything, and just, I think you can see tonight, like he made some physical plays, and things get easy for him when he can catch lobs and he can move freely. But when guys are being really physical with him, he's still got to be able to make those plays. And I thought tonight he made a couple of really huge physical plays.
This week on Tuesday, Purdue traveled to New Jersey to face Rutgers in another big win, led by Trey Kaufman-Renn, who had 19 points and 13 rebounds. The Boilermakers beat the Scarlet Knights while ranked number 1 for the first time, after losing the previous 2 matchups. Tomorrow, Purdue will be tested against number 10 Iowa State at Mackey at noon.
This past Friday night, the Boilermakers hosted our rivals, IU, in the 100th Oaken Bucket game. Here with the story is Jonah Blankenhorn.
On Friday, November 28th, the Boilermakers hosted the annual Oaken Bucket game against IU, this one being the 100th game. Unfortunately, this game added to IU's win streak as they took the bucket for the second time in a row in a devastating Purdue loss 56-3. After the game, Barry Odom thanks the fans and talks about Purdue football's plan for next year.
Man, I would like to start in number one saying a huge thanks to the great fans that we have at Purdue. They were with us all year long and probably had every reason in the world not to be. But I just mentioned in the next room that we'll get this flipped into a winning program, and I feel such a deep responsibility to do it, not only for our players, but for the people of Purdue, because Ross-Ade is an elite place, and I can feel it on what it's going to be, on how we're going to continue to build this, and then the results that drive into winning. It'll be one of the toughest places for opponents to come play because of the people, and this place is special in a number of ways and reasons. One of them at the top of that list are the great fan supporters, student section that we have here, and I'll get it fixed where it's going to be a lot of fun for everybody that is stuck with us.
As a bucket travels to IU, so will the Purdue team next year in their 101st game of the Oaken Bucket Game. Reporting for Fast Track Sports, I'm Jonah Blankenhorn.
Starting in the NFL, Purdue had 9 active players over the 4 days of football, including 3 who took the field on Thanksgiving Day. Derek Barnes suited up for his 4th Thanksgiving Day game for the Detroit Lions, finishing with 2 tackles. His 73.8 defensive grade was the second highest on the Lions defense. That evening, George Karlaftis of the Chiefs picked up a tackle in a quarterback hurry in Kansas City's close loss in Dallas. And the nightcap, Charlie Jones returned a punt for 9 yards in Cincinnati's win over Baltimore. On Sunday, Payne Durham hauled in his first career reception, an 11-yard grab, as Tampa Bay edged Arizona 20-17. And on Monday Night Football, Tyrone Tracy Jr. carried the ball 10 times for 36 yards and added a reception as the Giants faced the Patriots. Tracy was carted off late with a hip contusion, but reports indicate he's fine and isn't expected to miss time. To the NBA, Zach Edey had a career night in Sacramento on Sunday. The former Boilermaker posted his 3rd double-double of the season, dropping 32 points and 17 rebounds in just 29 minutes as the Grizzlies beat the Kings.
The men's tennis team had their season come to an end on November 19th. Alexa Krivokopik and Maj Premzel suffered a heartbreaking loss to South Carolina in the first round of the NCAA Doubles Championships in Orlando, Florida. However, we here at Fast Track are all very proud of this duo for being the first in our program since 2001 to make it to the National Doubles Championships. They close out the year placing 16th in the doubles rankings. Krivokopik and Fatala finishing 63rd and 76th respectively in the singles rankings.
Purdue wrestling kept its perfect start alive, rolling through Davidson with one of its most complete performances of the season. The Boilermakers rolled to a 38-4 win, taking 9 of 10 matches and stacking 6 bonus victories. Brody Bowman set the pace with a 19-4 tech fall, followed by bonus wins from Ben Vanadia and Blake Borman, who posted a team-high 24-8 tech fall at 133. Freshman Vincent Pano earned his first college dual win, and Gavin Brown picked up his 10th victory of the season. Purdue moves to 6-0 and now shifts its focus to the Cliff Keen Las Vegas Invitational this Friday and Saturday.
The 11th-ranked Purdue volleyball team closed out its regular season with a statement win right here in West Lafayette. And it was a sweeter win than most coming against rival Indiana with postseason positioning on the line. Purdue knocked off 15th-ranked Indiana 3-1 inside Mackey Arena, taking the first 2 sets 25-17 and 25-19. They then dropped a close 3rd set and then closed it out 25-20 in the 4th. With the victory, the Boilermakers lock up 3rd place in the Big Ten with a 24-6 overall record and 15 wins in conference play. Purdue also finishes the year 7-4 against top 25 opponents. The numbers tonight told the story. Purdue outblocked the Hoosiers 15-9, led by Dior Charles, who turned in a season-high 11 blocks from the middle. Setter Taylor Anderson nearly posted a triple-double, finishing with 31 assists, 10 digs, and 7 kills on a 600 attack percentage. She also had 6 blocks. The performance marked her 11th double-double of the season and a season best in both kills and blocks. The win also continues Purdue's dominance at home under head coach Dave Shondell. The Boilers are now 22-1 at home against Indiana during his tenure and have won 69 of 84 total sets in that span. Purdue also finished the night with one of its cleanest offensive performances of the year, hitting a match-high 571 in set 1 with only one attack error. With the regular season complete, Purdue now turns its full attention to the NCAA tournament. The bracket was already revealed, and the Boilermakers were awarded a top 16 seed, meaning they'll host the first and second round right here in West Lafayette. Purdue will open the tournament at home on Thursday night against Wright State, with the winner advancing to Friday's second round match. Purdue's first round NCAA tournament match will be played after the taping of our show and before it airs on Friday, so we wish good luck to the Boilers.
Purdue swimming and diving closed out the Ohio State Invitational with standout swims across the board. On the men's side, Blake Rowe delivered the performance of the night, breaking the program record in the 200 back with a 1 minute and 41.43 NCAA qualifying time. Freshman Biko Hooper Haviland continued rewriting the books too, lowering his 200 fly freshman record to 1 minute and 44.73, now the second fastest time in team history. In the sprints, Janice Tzirkulix posted a season-best 43.24 second in the 100 free, good for 6th all-time at Purdue, while Evan McAsee climbed to 6th in program history in the 200 individual medley. For women, Campbell Schofield led the charge with a second-place finish in the 200 fly, while Reagan Mattis punched Purdue's first NCAA cut of the season in the mile with a 16-minute and 21.01 second swim, the 6th fastest time ever at Purdue. In the 200 back, Abby Marchikaitis logged the season best with a minute and 55.48 second time in the A final. The night ended with history. The relay of Hurley, Phillips, Sands, and Hill shattered the 400 free relay record with a 3 minute and 16.68 second swim, anchored by multiple sub-49 splits. On the boards, senior Darren Wright capped the night by winning 1 meter, her third springboard sweep of the season. The men's team will face the Wisconsin Badgers on December 6th for Big Ten conference play, and both the men's and women's swim and dive teams will head down to Midland, Texas for the U.S. Diving Winter Nationals from December 10th through the 16th.
With Purdue cross country wrapping up a few weeks ago, that means it's time for track and field to begin. Purdue's track and field season will begin this Saturday, December 6th, at the Sharon Collier Danville season opener in Boston. The event will go all day as Purdue looks to get off to a good start to their season before the schedule resumes in early January. The next meet will be at the Rod McCavery Memorial on January 9th and 10th, hosted by Kentucky.
That's a wrap for Purdue sports from the past 2 weeks.
But stay tuned. Fast Track will be right back after this quick timeout.
We are energetic, we are motivating, and we are unique.
I don't think you can beat Quidditch.
Now it's time for our question of the week. When is the right time to start playing holiday music?
We went out and asked students what they thought.
Probably the morning after Thanksgiving.
After Thanksgiving. After Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday. People shade Thanksgiving, so yeah, that's my answer.
Probably December 20th.
Honestly, after not after Halloween. A lot of people do right after Halloween. I think you have to wait until at least mid-November.
Jared, when do you think is the right time to start listening to holiday music?
I personally think the right time is right about December 1st. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think after Thanksgiving can be a little too soon sometimes. You gotta rest in there for a little bit.
I agree.
All right, Boilermakers, taking a look at your 7-day outlook. As So we already talked about Friday, going to be a high of 26 with a low of 11. Going to get a little bit of sun, but really that's going to be it for the week. Looking at Saturday with the Iowa State game, high is going to be 31, low of 15. Same thing for Sunday, but we're going to be having a low of 8, so going to be a little bit colder on the bottom half. Then Monday, we talked about that high pressure system. It might nip us, but it might not even hit us at all. I wouldn't be too concerned about that. But our high is going to be 21, low of 18. And then for Tuesday, our high is going to be 33, a low of 28. Wednesday, basketball game against Minnesota, high is going to be 38. That's our top for the week. So if you're going to Mackey, going to be a little bit warmer. And then coming out on Thursday, at the back half of the 7-day outlook, high is going to be 28 with a low of 17. So what's our theme here? Well, it's going to be pretty cloudy through most of the week. We already talked about if you want to get any sun, I would go out there and do that today. I'm not going to get a lot of it the rest of the week. And then for the temperatures, going to be in the 30s and 20s, maybe down into the teens a little bit. So what that also means is some of the snow we have right now is not going to melt for quite a while. So be sure to have your boots on and be prepared for that. Stay safe, Boilermakers.
That's all we have from Fast Track for this semester.
We'll be right back with your local news, weather, and sports in the spring. Stay warm and happy holidays, Boilers.